Hey guys, hey, how you guys are doing? Guess you guys are doing because I lost a little piece that clips to my belt, so I'm just gonna have to hold you up in my mouth. So I had a really eventful yesterday. Well, I ended up going to the ER, so we were gonna go grocery shopping and look for apartments for her and stuff like that. And we went out to Brooksfield, and I got I don't know if you guys have Brooksfield wherever you live at, but they will do meat a la carte, and so I got some, I guess roast beef a la carte, and it came with like a little side of au jus. It was pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't the best I've ever had, but it was pretty decent. And then my stomach and back were hurting really, really bad, so I ended up going to the ER. So essentially, I have what's called appendagitis, which isn't an appendicitis. It's kind of like a big fat blob. I want to say it's fat, and what it's done is it's torqued itself, which means it's twisted itself on itself, and it's cut off the blood supply. So it's essentially dying. Actually, it is dying. It's dying off because it has no blood supply left to it. So that's where the horrible, god-awful pain is coming from. Plus, I have the beginning of a bulging disc. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of trying to combat, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to work on health-wise. I think it was the spin class, because three things can cause appendicitis. One is being overweight, obviously, because it's fat. The second one is doing the wrong kind of exercise can cause it. And then the third one, I can't remember off the top of my head. The third one was something else, like fairly obvious that, But, so that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. I think I did that the last spin class I had, and that's the last time I've been to the gym, because I have not felt good ever since. And I assumed, there we go, I assumed it was just because, I'd worn myself out and I didn't feel good, and just kind of like, and then I started my lady time. So I was like, I attributed all of this to lady time. And for you guys, lady time means period. So that's what I had contributed it to. And then as my pain progressed and I couldn't manage it at home anymore, that's when I decided to go to the doctor. I had tried to go to a regular physician, but they're closed by the time I decided to go. And I've spent almost all night, all afternoon, and most of the night in the ER, in a room. I had a CT scan. I had in a vaginal and outer ultrasound. I had 2 bags of fluid, 4 milligrams of Dilaudid. So I had 4 shots of Dilaudid. I don't know if that's milligrams or not. I'm not sure. I think it could be a milligram. I didn't really pay attention, and they didn't write down the dosage on my piece of paper. But they wanted me to lay down flat to do all these tests, and I couldn't lay down flat, so they had to give me pain meds, and it wasn't taking it down enough for what they wanted to do, because they were going to press on my stomach, and they were trying to poke and prod, and I was like, I wasn't having it. I was hurting too bad. So they gave me a shot of Toradol, which is an anti-inflammatory, which is pretty much the only anti-inflammatory I can have, and that is intravenous only. So they gave me that, and I started feeling a lot better, because it also gets inflamed. And of course, I have other parts of me that are, dealing with inflammation that there's nothing I can do about, because I can't take any NSAIDs. And I am just one of those gastric bypass people who will not take it under any fucking circumstances, because I have an aunt who had to go in there and have her stomach fixed because of ulcers, who has gastric bypass. So now I'm good, like to the point to where she was malnourished and couldn't eat, and like, no, I'm good though, thanks. Yeah, so that's pretty much Yuki, come here. So I took Yu to her appointment today, and I'm going to get her to get in the lap. Come Okay, so I took her to her appointment today. I thought she was getting her wires removed today, but they're not going to do that until the 7th of September. Mainly because the longer we can leave those wires in, the better off her jaw's going to be healed. I went in and had a lot of questions about Korea and wanted to make sure that, flying with her was okay and that she would be all right and there wouldn't be any problems. And he said there's no problems. He's happy to sign the paperwork. There are vets on base, in South Korea that I can use if for any weird reason, like right before I leave, he's going to do glue because it's just a teeny tiny little cut on the 7th of September. So and then the very next week we leave. But I've been reassured that it's perfectly fine and that she can go and it'll be, she's going to have meds and it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. So I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, we had that done, and then I went and got some Panda Express, and it did not. It's not. I'm gonna pass. That's the second time I've gotten something from Panda Express, and it made me sick. So I'm just not gonna bother again. I guess my distal just doesn't like Panda Express at all. And you know what? I'm just whatever. My baby is home today, so I've been spending a lot of time with them. I'm just spending some time in bed. I don't feel good at all. Like in general, I feel really bad today. So I'm just kind of resting and relaxing and trying to make myself feel better. I keep saying, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say, like 50 times. I'm just trying to tell you what all happened. So yeah, I got an IV to take blood work. So they did take blood work, and my iron is like, it's supposed to be 14. 14's normal. Mine's 11. But I believe that's because of lady time, to be honest with you. I think that is the whole thing, is that, I started bleeding, and then, I've had some issues, and the lack of drinking. So for me, like, I've been a little dehydrated because usually I'm chugging water, and especially with how hot it is, normally I would. I just haven't been feeling good, so I haven't wanted to drink much, and that is my own damn fault. So I've got some Powerade Zero, and I've got plenty of water, and I made myself some cold brew tea, which they sell now, which means that you don't have to wait for a sun tea or anything else. It literally, it's done in 5 minutes. So I've got plenty of stuff to drink. I just have to do it. So far today, I've got probably this much, no, probably that much left in this bottle, side of my head. And yes, I can guzzle. I went to In-N-Out Burger after I got out of the doctor's, the ER last night, and it made me fucking sick. No bread. It was just the meat. It was the meat, cheese, and onions. I got so sick. I don't know, because you get nauseous anyway on, like, pain meds, especially strong pain meds, like what they were giving me last night. You get nauseous anyway. That ruined me. Like, I had to take a Phenergan. I had to. Like, normally a Zofran would be like, yeah, okay, you're done. I took a Zofran as soon as I got home, because like I said, I was like, stomach, and then all of a sudden, like, I got home and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw all of this right back up. And so I dug around until I found my Phenergan, and then of course that put me to sleep on top of the Toradol and everything else they gave me. My body was finally ready for night-night. So I am going to bring you guys on a wild adventure. I hope you're ready, because we are going to Seattle, and then we're going to Korea, and then we're going to stay in Korea for a while. And I will be living abroad for a total of 5 months this year. So I will be in South Korea for 3 months. Yep. So when I come home, the baby comes home. And then we're coming home long enough to pick up our crap, and then we're moving. And I will tell you where I'm moving when it is time, because that's what I like to do, and that's how I do it, and that's what I want to do. Other than that, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing friends, I appreciate everybody